witness. You're going to be a witness to your very own victory, okay? You will be alive and well to see life without moving in survival mode. You will be alive and well with seeing your dreams and the visions come true. You will be alive and well to finally see your creativity, the gift that God placed in you. You will be alive to witness it, and so will others, okay? Heaven is backing you up. God is moving some things in the background. You just need to only be still, because your next step will be into your victory. Your next step will be into your elevation. It doesn't take God long to do what only He can do in your life. He just needs you to be still and know that He is God, okay? This time you're actually going to get it right, because this time you allow God to lead your life. This time you seek first the kingdom in all your decisions. This time you sat still and allow God to do the true work within you. See, this time you stuck with it. You stay consistent with your relationship with God. So this time you're going to see the victory. This time you're going to be able to see everything that you have vision, all the dreams that you was daydreaming. You're actually going to get a chance to witness it. You're actually going to get a chance to walk through it. And I love this for you. I love this for you, because I know a lot of times we feel like I've been waiting on blessings, I've been waiting on breakthroughs, nothing has ever worked in my favor. It's always kind of been tough on me throughout life. But see, this time you're doing it with God. That's the only thing that's different from last time. Yeah, you prayed to God, but see, this time you have surrendered. This time you allowed God to order your step. This time you allowed God to direct your path. So it's going to be a different outcome this time, because you solely gave it to God. Okay, and you allow Him to do the work within you. You sat still and allow Him to do the work within you. Okay, you didn't fight no more. Okay, you stopped leaning onto your own understanding and completely start leaning onto the understanding of God. And that, my sister, that, my brother, is going to set you free from financial burden. That's going to set you free from your own demons. That's going to set you free from trauma. That's going to set you free from the way you think. Okay, you're going to be set free internally before you experience freedom on the outside of the world, because again, God works in then outward. So I just want to say congratulations. Okay, this is going to be different this time. You're going to live a life that you never experienced. Okay, because you're already meeting a version of you that you never met before. And I love this for you. This version is so full of peace. This version is so humble. This version has realized materialistic things or money don't move them. This version of you is full of life. This version of you is more confident. This version of you is more stronger because you have endured so much. This version of you decided to do it right. This version of you decided to wait on the Lord. This version of you has decided to allow God to be your vindicator. This version of you cast all your worries and cares onto God. This version of you know your worth. Okay, this version of you know your identity. This version of you know your identity, and I love this for you. You've been waiting to get to where you are today. You've been waiting to get to this version. You've been waiting to meet this version of you, okay? And this version of you is not going to self-sabotage the blessings that you're about to come into. This version is not going to self-sabotage the doors that you're about to walk through, self-sabotage the opportunities that God is about to bring your way. You're not going to self-sabotage because you're spiritually mature, okay? You're spiritually mature now. You're a new person now. You don't think how you used to think. You know your worth now, okay? You know to be slow to anger now, okay? You know that the opinions of others don't mean anything because you have gotten your identity through God. See, in the wilderness, in the waiting season, while you're in the valley, God reveals to you who you are before the world can. See, God reveals to you who you are before the world catches on. They ain't caught on yet, and that's okay. You're going to have to reintroduce yourself, and that's okay. That's okay, because you are the witness. You're going to be a walking blueprint. You're going to be a walking proof of God's wonders. You're going to be a walking proof of when you live life in the righteousness, and when you begin to be obedient and you begin to allow God to direct your step, and you begin to allow God to transform you, people are going to see that light within you. Okay, they're going to be able to see that light, how you respond. Some of them are going to try to test you to see if you really change, and it's going to blow their mind that you're not going to respond how you used to respond, because you no longer think how you used to think, because God has renewed your mind. This ain't play. This is for real. Even if you wanted to respond in your old version, your new version wouldn't even allow you, because you haven't practiced those emotions in so long, and because you have peace that surpasses our understanding. So no matter what someone do to you, peace is in the front of you, baby. You have placed the whole arm of God over you, your shoes of peace, your belt of righteousness, your shield of faith. Okay, so you place that on you daily. It's within you. It ain't on you. It's within you now. So this ain't no make-believe. This ain't no fake type of healing. This ain't no fake type transformation. This is really who you are. And people are going to test that. And it's going to shock you, because you're going to realize, wow, I didn't respond the way I would have responded, nor do I have the emotions of how I used to feel about when things like that is being said to me or done to me. Your emotions ain't even going to allow you to go that route, because you have endured and you have transitioned, you have transformed, and God has renewed you. Okay, he has renewed you, and that is a beautiful thing. And once you get to that level, you are now ready to hold the blessings that God is about to bring into your life. Okay, you're more humbled now. Okay, you're more in a still moment. You don't move until God tell you to move, because now you seek first the kingdom. Now you know your purpose, and that's what you're walking towards. That's what's going. And I love this for you. I love this for you, because this is the version that you knew you wanted to be. This is the version that you prayed for. This is the version that you worked hard and worked towards. And now that you are that version, and nobody's perfect, okay? But this version of you that you are today, okay? This version of you that you have become, this version of you that you have allowed God to renew and restore and transform, is the version that is going to be ready for the blessings. It's the version that's going to be ready for the breakthrough. It's the version that's going to stand boldly while as you break those generational curses. This is the version that is now ready to release strongholds. Okay, because the devil can't manipulate you no more. He can't use the trauma against you no more. He can't use your neglect and your abandonment against you no more, because you know exactly who you is in Christ. You know it was done to you, but it wasn't who you were. It ain't who you are. Okay, it may have been done to you, but it ain't who you are, and you know that now, because you now have your identity through Christ. You know that you are a man of God. You know that you are a woman of God. You know that you are a child of God, and now you know, because you have felt God's presence. Now you know who your Father is, and you know Him in heaven is going to back you up, and you know that God said, "Touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm." So you know when somebody come towards you, baby, they got to be careful with that, and you know that. You know vengeance is the Lord. So anytime betrayal comes your way, you tell your daddy God, and you continue to walk in peace, because now you know ain't nobody worth, okay, disturbing your peace. You know that now. You know how to walk in love, because you are love. You know how to shed your light throughout the world, because you are the light. Come on, Holy Spirit. You know how to walk in favor, because you are the favor. You know how to give back, because God has blessed you. Okay, because your cup has overflowed. So you got enough to give to others. You got enough to bless others. Okay, because God exceeds abundantly. The things that the devil tried to use against you don't work no more, because you are spiritually led and not emotionally led. You're not trauma led. You're not crying in the pit. You're walking into your palace. And I love this for you, because it's been deserving, because you put in the work, you trusted in the Lord. And not only did you trust in the Lord, you waited on the Lord. And this time you will witness your dreams come true. You will witness, and so will others witness you walking into this victory. And I want to be the first one to say congratulations. And you know it's yours. You can feel the shift. It's on the way. It's closer than you think. Keep your eyes on God. The devil is mad right now, baby. And you keep him mad. Keep your eyes on God. Jesus love you. I love you. And you got this.
So I just got out of class, and I wanted to show you, share with you, a dream that I had last night, which I'm still meditating on it. Again, I don't know if this is 100%, but this is what I got from it. Anyways, we're like in a living room kind of space / commercial space. If the best way I could describe it is that there's a bright light here, and there's a door right there. And out of nowhere, I am with my mom and with one of her aunts, and her aunt randomly goes, hey Olga, just go and get married with this guy. And out of a sudden comes out a guy that has like kind of like a little bit of long hair, and he seems like a very chill guy, but very like certain, kind of man. And he's younger than her. So I'm just so confused. But she gets up, and there's somebody marrying them. They just get married in the moment. So I am just like, what is going on here? But at the same time, I'm not stopping her or anything. They get married in that instance, and turns out that this guy is very stable. And I want to say that because my mom, I want to retire my mom so bad. Like, if that's one of my biggest wishes that I pray to the Lord that I have the privilege of doing. But I say that because this guy is younger than her, and he's like, yeah, like basically, like our aunt was saying, he's taking care of everything for her. Like, she no longer has to work. She doesn't have to do anything. The price is paid. Like, basically, that's what they were telling me. And I remember hanging out with him after, and he was just very cool. And I remember he took down my phone, and it was like nothing like crazy, but it just felt like he's got it. Like, he paid the price. And so it just felt like a quick marriage. And I got two things out of it. One, it felt like it was Jesus. And the reason I felt like it was Jesus is because I didn't feel like someone that she loved, and he was young, and he just basically said, I'm gonna take care of her. You know? And then two, what I also got is that the marriage came so quick. You know, the marriage came so quick. She got married in an instant. And it to me, when I woke up, and I had this realization that it could have been Jesus, like after I woke up, maybe an hour later, you know. And it just reminded me of how close we are, you know. And it's gonna come all of a sudden when he comes and gets his church, you know. It's gonna be so quick. And it's just so, I don't know why, but I told you, I get dreams of like weddings. I've been having a lot of dreams of weddings, of the UFOs, and just weird stuff, but a lot of dreams of weddings, of me going to weddings. But this one felt like it came all of a sudden, and it was quick. And it felt like he was saying, I paid the price. Again, you know, I'm like, wait, is that Jesus? Because he had a little bit of long hair. And I was also telling a friend this morning, when I was telling her about this dream, I was like, you know, there's so much people that say they know God. There's so much people that say they know Jesus. But even in that dream, I felt like I didn't even recognize him, but it was him. And today, as I'm reading John 16 or 17, you know, the disciples didn't even recognize him when he got out of, you know, when he rose from the dead. So, and they were just with him like 3 days ago. So, in all honesty, we'll never know him fully, but we do have to be by his feet to just make sure that we know him, and also not listen to everybody that talks out there that say they know him, because honestly, they don't. They might say they know, but they don't. Like me, like in that dream, I'm like, is that you? And he gave me that revelation. Like, I think like it was me, you know. So I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share it in case it encourages anyone. Again, it was a wedding so random, and it happened so fast, and we're getting closer, guys. So hold on and keep going, keep faith, keep fighting that battle, because our redemption is near.